Another night, same old silence, just me and these four walls. Nobody to talk to, nobody would get me. I'm so tired of this, tired of pretending, tired of hiding, tired of everything.
Whatever you have just heard, it's not only a single person's voice. It represents whole LGBTQIA plus community. With Ally Heart, you can share anything, what you feel like. We are here to listen.
Coming out of closet or coming out is actually a metaphor which is used for LGBTQIA plus persons for their self-disclosure of their sexual orientation, romantic orientation or gender identity. In contrast, LGBTQIA plus people who are already out or disclose their identity are known as openly LGBTQIA plus persons, and individuals who are yet to come out or opted not to come out are known as closeted individuals. Another term used is outing. Outing is the deliberate or intentional or accidental opening up of LGBTQIA individuals by someone else without the consent of LGBTQIA individuals. Coming out is not a one-time thing. It's a gradual process and often a recurring process, because you have to come out again and again to different job places, different acquaintances and different life situations. In the preliminary stage, the person starts acknowledging their own identity, whether it is a gender identity, a gender expression or non-heteronormative sexual orientation or attraction. So person starts soul searching. In this soul searching process, when he starts accepting himself or herself or themselves as they are, then it is known as coming out to oneself, and it is a journey of self-acceptance. Several models explain gay and lesbian identity development. One of such models is the coming out model proposed by Cass. In Cass' identity development model, a person has to transit 6 stages in order to come out completely. So the first stage is identity confusion, the second is identity comparison, third is identity tolerance, fourth is identity acceptance, fifth is identity pride, and last is identity synthesis. The first stage is identity confusion. In this stage, the person is highly confused. Whether I am really a gay, whether I am really a transgender person, what is happening to me? And there is a lot of confusion around gender identity, expression and attractions. Some people reach the stage of self-denial. They say, I can't accept that I can be a homosexual person or I can be a transgender person. Some people start repressing their identity in order to gain the acceptance in their societal structures. Some people develop the internalized homophobia, transphobia or biphobia and rejecting their own identity and orientation. But yes, there are some people who travel on a journey of self-acceptance.
मेरे दोस्त क्या दोस्त, हर बार जब हम मिलते हैं वही होता है। अरे उस लड़के को देख कितना मीठा है यार अर्जुन, तू तो उसकी तरह मत बन। उन्हें लगता है ये बात मजेदार है, उन्हें नहीं पता कि ये बात हर बार मेरे सीने में चाकू की तरह चुभता है। मैं साथ हंसता हूँ और क्या करूँ, अगर नहीं हंसा तो उन्हें शक हो जाएगा, और अगर उन्हें पता चल गया मैं समलैंगिक हूँ तो मैं सोच भी नहीं सकता क्या होगा।
दोस्तों की बुलिंग से दिल टूटता है, उनके मजाक से डर लगता है, मैं समझ सकती हूँ। एलाई हार्ट का कम्युनिटी और मेंटल हेल्थ सपोर्ट आपको आपकी सच्चाई जीने की हिम्मत देता है। और हाँ, आप अकेले नहीं हैं, एलाई हार्ट हमेशा आपके साथ है।
In the second stage of identity comparison, the person might start comparing their own identity with the people around them. The person might start thinking, okay, if I am a LGBTQIA plus person, what will happen to my life? Is it just a phase which will go away? Or the person might start grieving of the losses he or she or they might have to bear, like the loss of marriage, the loss of children, or the loss of the societal acquaintances. The person might keep thinking about the future and it might develop anxiety. The person also start acting as a straight in the society in order to navigate the binary systems. In the third stage of identity tolerance, the person starts to understand that I am not alone in this world. They start to find other homosexual, bisexual, or transgender persons in order to combat the feeling of isolation. They also start learning new languages and new terminologies and in order to understand LGBTQIA plus persons in a better way. In this stage, exploring and finding other persons from the LGBTQIA plus community becomes important because the positive connects may lead to positive sense of self, whereas the negative contact might hinder the growth of the person. The person might also start negative coping mechanisms, including smoking, alcohol, or substance abuse.
पिछले हफ्ते ही मेरे मम्मी ने किसी रिश्तेदार के लड़के की फोटो दिखाई, पूछा ये आपके लिए सही रहेगी? हाँ, मैंने हंसते हुए बोल दिया हाँ ठीक है, पर उन्हें क्या पता कि आपका बेटा लड़कियों में नहीं लड़कों में दिलचस्पी रखता है। वो कभी नहीं समझेंगे, वो मुझे घर से निकाल देंगे या किसी ठीक करने वाले पापा के पास भेज देंगे। मैं बस चाहता हूँ कि वो मुझे वैसे ही प्यार करे जैसे मैं हूँ। क्या मैं कुछ ज्यादा मांग रहा हूँ?
परिवार से स्वीकृति नहीं मिल रही है ना? घबराओ मत। जब परिवार शादी के लिए दबाव डाले और आपकी समस्याओं को ना समझ पा रहा हो, तब एलाई हार्ट का काउंसलिंग और कम्युनिटी सपोर्ट आपको अकेलेपन को दूर करने के लिए मदद करता है।
In the stage of identity acceptance, the person feels, yes, I am okay. And the person start accepting their identity rather than tolerating it. The person starts interacting more with the LGBTQIA plus cultures. But the main inner tension is to deal with the congruence between private as well as public view of self within the society. At this stage, the person might start opening up or coming out in small groups of friends and families. The person still grieves the loss of heterosexual life, like the loss of marriage and children. But still, the person starts figuring out the decision of when, where and whom to open up.
डेटिंग एप्स, वहाँ कोई वफादारी नहीं। लोग मेरी सच्चाई का मजाक बनाते हैं। मैं किससे कहूँ कि मेरा दिल कितना टूटता है? क्या मैं जिंदगी भर अकेला ही रहूंगा? क्या मेरा प्यार हमेशा अधूरा ही रहेगा? आए दिन मैं समाचार सुनता हूँ कि लोग प्यार ढूंढने के चक्कर में अपराध का शिकार हो जाते हैं। ये समाज मुझे छुपने को मजबूर करता है।
प्यार ढूंढने में डर लगता है, किसी पे भरोसा करना आसान नहीं होता, समाज आपके प्यार को स्वीकृति नहीं देगा, है ना? एलाई हार्ट का नेटवर्क सपोर्ट और काउंसलिंग आपको आपके रिश्ते को मजबूत करने की ताकत देता है, इसलिए खुद को अकेला ना समझें।
In the stage of identity pride, the person wants to let everyone know that yes, this is who I am. The person start to compartmentalize the persons into heterosexuals and queers, and this way they start minimizing the contact with their heterosexual connections. It is at this stage that the person learns to cope up with the responses and reactions of disclosure of their sexual identity. The last stage of caste identity development model is identity synthesis. At this stage, the person tries to synthesize the LGBTQIA plus identity with the all other aspects of life. their sexual and gender identity becomes just one part of their overall identity. They start to mingle up with the society. Although there might be certain restrictions with the heterosexism, still the person tries to accept as he is, as she is, or as they is. And being a homosexual or LGBTQIA plus person becomes the normal identity of day-to-day life.